Last time, I flopped on Thunder Mountain. I finally finished Swiftwater. Powerhouse. I played a very solid game of Harvest that I sadly lost in the end. And I used the wrong settings to record and didn't label the video, so I had to play Sherlock Holmes to work out which map I won on. It was Viaduct. I really like Kong King. I wish there was more maps in the style of it. I mean, I know there's District, but since that's past time, it may as well not count. I was on blue and just had over a minute and a half left to cap. It was a small game of only 13 players, but my team was getting outgunned. At some point, someone started sending messages to me over Steam and I had to duck out to deal with that, costing me half a minute. I did my best, and I have a feeling the other team had a hacker, but it was hard to tell. I respawned in time to watch my team lose.
You failed!
Oh well, I like Kong King, so at least I get to play it again. Next was Gold Rush. I like a good round of Gold Rush. I started on blue at the end of a round. Looks like the team got up to stage 3 and ran out of time. I did my best to help out, but I'm not a miracle worker.
You failed!
It is the forbidden dance!
Now, I was on red defending. I thought I'd give Sniper another go. I actually managed to get a headshot or two before dying. I went engineer to help set up a defense in the last point, but would you look at that? Me and my sentry got sniped when I was trying to place it down. Anti-fun class strikes again. After I respawned, I did some defense in the tunnel next to the spawn. Sometimes spies like to hide along here and you gotta be ready for them. I switched the demo to try and sticky spam the cart. I pushed my luck a little too much when I chased down an engineer setting up buildings in front. I respawned just in time for my team to lose the first area. For the next area, I tried going as a mini sentry NG, but that didn't work out quite as well as I expected. I switched to old reliable demo. I hung around with an engineer and helped him defend until we could defend no more. It wasn't long until blue pushed up to the final point again and there was a spy party going on at our spawn doors, so as a last ditch effort I went pyro to deal with them. Things were not looking much better when I reached the third and final area. Red had a solid defense on the first point, but it wasn't holding. At one point a demo man slipped behind and distracted me.
Alright, there's Demo Man behind.
I did later get revenge, however.
Sentry going up. You're all right. Doggone hell.
I really can't complain about my team. Red was doing their best, but sadly blue was better. I switched to heavy as a final ditch effort, but it was too late. Gold Rush was not won today. Well, I did not notice this was Mann Power Foundry and was very confused for a minute when I saw we were playing to 10 captures on what I thought was a 5 CP map. It's been quite a while since I played Mann Power and I don't really remember what the overpowered power-ups were. Red started out with almost all the pickups, which made things not very fun. I stuck with heavy since the grappling hook makes them much faster. Kinda getting over the whole slow and powerful thing. Now I was not as slow and powerful. Despite this, Red held on to most of the power-ups. I decided to have a go at their intel. I found the Vampire power-up to be quite powerful with heavy. Also, I rocked a Natasha to help slow down some of the faster players.
I have no way to kill cowards.
I made it my goal to get the intel, no matter what. One of the good things about Mann Power is that power-ups can't get picked up for a while after the other team have died with them equipped. Red kept capping while blue was not. Someone drew out the intel and I went for a cap. I also found out you can't cap on this map unless the other team's intel is not active. That sucks. It was going Red's way. 4 caps for them and 1 for us. After a whole lot of nothing and debating if I should ditch or not, Red managed to get another cap, putting the game at blue 1 and Red, well, 5. Then, all of a sudden, Red just gave up. So I started capping. And my team started capping as well. I found the speed power-up pretty much turned me into Sonic with a gun. Honestly, the speed power-up is very overpowered. Just look at me go as demo. After I destroyed the sentry nest and Red spawned for a second time, Apara got the intel and went for the cap.
Go, go, go!
And that's Mann Power Foundry off the list. I was a little worried I would have to replay it, but now I can at least tick off one Mann Power map. Honestly, Turbine's not that bad. I'll say Junction is worse. I joined Turbine at the start of the game. This is great actually, because if I was quick enough, I could get a capture before any NG nests are set up.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, never mind then. Killjoy. I went spy to see how I could get around the sentry. It was not successful. This spy managed to succeed where I failed and sapped the crap out of everything. I went back to my reliable class to blow the hell out of everything that moved. I forgot about fall damage though. I got this nice kill cam of a scout getting icicled before heading back to the vents. After backing off for some health, I walked into a dance party in Blue's base. Ruined by a scout, of course. So it was back to the vents. I felt a bit like a cleaner.
The enemy intelligence will return to their base.
After quite a bit of time, I managed to reach the intel but stumped my own jump back. Yeah, no, despite the fact I make videos about TF2, I'm actually not always that good at TF2. Fortunately, a medic did the cap for me. Thanks, Med. After this, Blue set up a very solid defense in their spawn. I never really thought about it too much, but Turbine's spawn is kinda weird. It's like you can access an area you shouldn't as part of the other team. Well, anyway, while we were getting blasted away by Blue and their spawn, someone got the intel while they were distracted. Most of Blue was down, so I went for the intel again, and to my luck, there was no one defending.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
And Turbine was done. Not as painful as I thought it would be, and there was only one capture of the flag map left in the list. I don't think we'll see Sawmill for a while, sadly. It's not as popular. We meet again, Powerhouse. At the start of a new game too. I got slaughtered as a scout quite a few times before getting auto-balanced. After helping Red push, I now helped Blue push back. We were stuck in our final area for a fair bit. There was a pyro guarding the exit very aggressively, but an engineer built a very useful dispenser nearby that saved me several times. With a medic Uber, we pushed out. After a few more pushes, Red started to fall back. I actually managed to get a kill with the direct hit in the intended manner. The direct hit proved to be very useful for some of the sentries outside as well. Someone on Red started capping the moment I started capping in the middle point. Seems like this helped stop the push.
Rally round! Help me cap this point! Stand on the point! Stand on the point!
Look at that angry pyro. Ooh. Sadly, this round ended in a stalemate. At least Powerhouse ends now. I started the next round with a hard push into Red's base. Sadly, Red capped again and we were stuck in our base again. We pushed and capped in the midpoint.
Will help me capture my point! Man on the point! Maggot!
We have secured the point.
Blue seemed to focus their efforts on the next phase. The final point was captured very quickly.
Go, go, go! Time! Rally round! Help me cap this point!
I just needed one more win to cross Powerhouse off. The next game was tilted towards us this time. We had Red stuck in their base now, constantly pushing into the final point. Red almost capped back when I was respawning. One engineer to help defend once again, and we were back in our base. Base to base to base. Getting sick of saying base.
You're alright, Doc.
But after I switched to heavy, all of a sudden Blue started pushing. It wasn't long before the midpoint was back in our hands and we were pushing further into Red's base. Red tried to backcap, but it was too late. Powerhouse is done. Woo! Another scary map off the list. Oh, I was worried I'd be stuck in this map forever. Next time.